Hi everyone, welcome to NSTP Lecture Series Episode 1. I am your instructor, Zenia Marie V. De Leonio, and today I will be discussing to you Unit 1 of the NSTP module, which is RA 9163 or National Service Training Program of 2001. But before that, let us look into the overview and the course outcomes and learning outcomes of this module for Unit 1. This module was designed with the intention of creating social awareness and inculcating social responsibility among Filipino, particularly the youth, as part of their pivotal role in nation building. The NSTP-1 is composed of 6 parts. For Unit 1, we have RA 9163, the National Service Training Program. Unit 2, Good Citizenship. Unit 3, Drug and Substance Abuse and Prevention and Control. Unit 4, Disaster Risk Reduction and Management. Unit 5, Environmental Awareness and Protection. And Unit 6, National Security Concerns. Under Unit 1, the Republic Act number 9163, the course outcome explain the purpose, objectives, and components of the NSTP and internalize CWTS, its components. The learning outcomes. At the end of this module, you are expected to acquire knowledge on the history and significance of the RA 9163 in the purview of national security and development. The Philippine Constitution provides that the defense of the state is a prime duty of the government and the people. In fulfillment of this duty, all citizens may be required by law to render personal, military, or civil service. It further states that to become responsible citizen, especially in defending the security of the state, it requires gradual transformation through proper training of the students in the tertiary level. The essence of Republic Act number 9163 is that it is the duty of the citizen to contribute to our country's development in the attainment and preservation of a just and orderly society. Now we will discuss the evolution of the National Service Training Program. The imposition of the National Program for Service and Training of the Youth in the Philippines began with the creation of the Commonwealth Act number 1, otherwise known as the National Defense Act. It provided for obligatory military service for all female citizens of ages between 18 and 30. However, in 1980, the National Defense Act was amended to give existence to Presidential Decree number 1706, otherwise known as the National Service Law. It made national service obligatory for all Filipino citizens and specified 3 categories. We have the Civic Welfare Service, Law Enforcement Service, and Military Service. College students were given an option to choose one from among these components in compliance with this requirement for tertiary education. The implementation of the National Service Law, except the provision of the military service, was suspended by Presidential Memorandum Order number 1 under the incumbency of former President Corazon Aquino, paving the way for the conceptualization of the Basic Reserve Officers Training Corps or ROTC, which is embodied under RA number 7077, otherwise known as the Citizens Armed Forces of the Philippines Reservist Act, which was enacted by the 8th Congress of the Philippines on June 2, 1992. The ROTC program aimed to realize the constitutional mandate of developing a strong civilian base to supplement the professional military in the nation's defense system. As a way to offer an alternative in neutralizing people's aversion to this military program during the school year 2001 to 2002, ROTC was made optional under the national program, conceiving the so-called expanded ROTC or EROTC. The EROTC was characterized by deviation from the rigid tactical training, offering alternatives like rendering civil auxiliary sources in the form of helping maintain law and order and assisting socio-economic development projects and delivery of basic health services or aiding in addressing local insurgency. In view of the options, it gave the students the choice among the following components: the MS or Military Service, Civic Welfare Service or CWS, and Law Enforcement Service or the LES. However, many, if not all of the higher education institutions found the enforcement of NSP confusing and unmanageable though. Hence, in December 2001, the NSTP Act envisioned to address the public clamor for reforms in the ROTC and NSP programs, in which it was signed into law by the then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as an aggressive modality towards making the former national service training that is military in nature relevant to the changing needs of the time. The main objective of the NSP is to stress the significant role played by the youth, male and female alike, in the task of developing our nation via national service training. Compared with ROTC, the NSTP Act ensured that three components, Civic Welfare Training Service, Literacy Training Service, and Reserve Officers Training Corps, are given the same and equal implementation in educational institutions. Moreover, it defined the different NSTP components, the duration of the training, coverage, and others. The non-military program components of NSTP, which are the CWTS and LTS, are committed to the realization of the following objectives. First is strengthen the values and traits of the youth, improve their skills and knowledge in various endeavors, develop their interest in the community service, and make them responsible for peace and development to ensure the harmony and growth in the Filipino communities. The provisions found in Republic Act No. 9162 or an act establishing the National Service Training Program for tertiary level students, amending for Republic Act No. 7077 and Presidential Decree No. 1706, and for other purposes. Now, these are the frequently asked questions. What is the NSTP law? What are the program components of the NSTP? Who shall take the NSTP?
Ryan Little.
How will the NSTP be taken up?
Maybe we'll be okay.
What if the NSTP cannot be taken up during the regular semester?
Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're
What if the
coming back
NSTP
home
program
in the
component
morning.
chosen by
Know that you're
student
coming back
is not offered in his or her school. Will a student who has completed all the academic requirements of his course except ROTC be allowed to graduate? What will become of NSTP graduates? How can a student continue to qualify for enlistment in the AFP Reserve Force? How much fee will be charged for an NSTP component? Who is responsible for supervising the NSTP?
Baby, you make me feel young, like I just turned 21, yeah. I don't mind if you stay.
That's all, and thank you for watching.